I tell you, it's so funny how bad so-called video game talking has become that people are making excuses for why they don't like this game when the real reason you don't like it is because you convinced yourself it wasn't to be liked. It's just that simple. Like, these so-called influencers are such fucking little babies that keep acting as if the video game industry owes them a favor or something. And they're complaining about this title because of the fact that it has an open world concept, which it doesn't have an open world concept. It just has a desert that makes it easier for you to go back and forth to different places. There's no open world concept. And to be fair, open worlds are great when they work. When they're done well. You know, like when Nintendo does open worlds, like Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3, or even Breath of the Wild or whatever, you know, that it's okay. It's okay to have a big sandbox where there's shit happening all over the place. Nothing wrong with it. This is not that type of game. This is not an open world. Soul Valley is just a midway point that transitions from one area to another and has its own bit of stuff in it. There's nothing open world about that. Open world there is just complete so-called freedom in an area that's built specifically for you to walk around and find things. This has direction. But you can make any game seemingly open world. You just screw around and try to find everything. Metroid Prime has always been about getting every item in a specific amount of time so that you can get Samus's clothes off. That's really what these games have been about since the very first one. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to. The idea that this ending, like for instance, now that I have to go and get this fruit and shit, listen, if I paid attention to that pause menu, you know, this one, I would have seen, yeah, well, the mech parts are somewhat necessary and the green energy crystals are somewhat necessary. I would have seen that, but this is my first time playing, and this is why the first time you play, you gain certain skills, you understand the format and everything, and then the next time you play, you're better at it. The whole Viola system is just a great system. It makes it quicker to go from one place to another. There's no reason to talk about this because I don't see what the problem is. You had her ship.
Have you collected enough green energy crystals?
You had her ship in corruption. You know, they had the rails for the morph ball to give you an easier time to traverse through places. It's really not a big fucking deal, but apparently everybody wants to make it into a big deal. So if you were paying attention, like I wasn't, you would have noticed, yeah, maybe I should just run these things over as I go from place to place. Okay, go. As I said, the only issue I have... By the way, I missed an energy tank. A couple of them in certain places. I saw last night while I was watching a full walkthrough of this. The only thing I can say as a complaint when in relation to this is I don't know how many crystals I'm picking up based on how many I need. Like, that's the only thing that I can say. It shows you how many you need in the sense that it fills up a meter. But if there was an update that gave me a concept as to how much I was getting in relation to that, that would be really helpful. But then again, Metroid Prime has never been about being helpful, so it's part of the challenge. But I really have no problem at all with the bike sequence. I don't see what the issue is. People that are complaining about it, and the idea that adding an open world-like concept or hub in a Metroid Prime game destroys Metroid Prime and is Nintendo doesn't understand its own franchise. Like, any of that stupid shit is just stupid shit. People are just fucking morons. Like, really, you're just... And you know what it is, too? It's so sad how the internet works. So you have these pathetic little wannabe adults that are just grown children. And they complain about toys. And then you have so many other people that either want to get involved or are trying to get involved, and they just regurgitate the same thing. So it's like a stupid married couple that shouldn't have kids or shouldn't be married, and all they do is bitch and moan about what they feel is wrong with society, and all of it is short-sighted in so many different ways and has no real relevance towards reality, and then their kids just say the same dumb things even louder. That's all it is. On top of that, everyone's trying to be Stephen A. Smith because he got popular just being a loudmouth and saying everything everybody else says just with more fervor. And now that's what the internet is. It's just a bunch of people who, by the way, buy it. They don't gain influence on their own. They didn't start at zero. They had a channel, and either they had a bunch of support from somebody else's channel they collaborated with, or from all their followers on Twitter that they most likely bought. No, they bought. You know, they haven't been doing it since pretty much the dawn of YouTube, with only themselves, a microphone, and a capture device, or themselves a microphone and whatever camera they can get their meager little salary to pay for. But they're not alone. They have teams. I don't have the ability or the capacity to afford a team, so I'm stuck doing all this by myself, and I didn't buy any subscribers. Yeah, it's clear to me that now more so than ever that holy shit, what's this? Is that the entrance? It's clear to me that if people are watching your video, you get a bunch of subscribers, most of whom you can't really tell. Oh, it's a save point. There's a save point out here? I suck at this game. Oh my god, I suck at this game. How did I not find that? Look at the amount of the map I found, and I did not find... Whole game, it was there. Just sitting there. Whole game. What was I doing? Go back to the Fury game. Stupid asshole. Just look. I was reading some comments on the people that were giving this game terrible scores and everything. One person complained about the forced backtracking. I'm going, you don't really play much Metroid or Metroid Prime, do you? I'm going to say this in my review. So for those of you that don't know that I have a main channel where I review the games that I play through, after I play through them. If you have a problem with forced backtracking, then I guess you had a problem with the original Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, because every last one of them forced you to return to places you had been to before, specifically to find keys, find different upgrades for the ship or the shuttle so that you can get through different areas or pick up things that you needed to move forward. That's just what Metroid Prime is. And the reason why it quote-unquote forces backtracking is so that you can get as many items as possible, because as I've mentioned, the end game of Metroid Prime, or Metroid in general, is not so much just finishing the game. The replay value is finishing the game in a certain amount of time so that you can get Samus's Chozo armor off. It's really what it comes down to, ever since the first one. If you beat the first one in like 4+ hours and got some of the items and everything, she would just take her helmet off and wave to you. Anything that was really significant, she'd take her whole suit off and you'd see her like pretty much in an intergalactic bathing suit or something like that. It wasn't Zero suit, that's for sure. Same thing with Super Metroid. If you crushed Super Metroid, she would take her whole armor off and you would see her in her black bathing suit type thing. Now, to be fair, in Super Metroid, you would also see that when she died, so that's not really, it wasn't a surprise. You know. That was when us Nintendo guys like me were turning into teenagers and we wanted to see more pussy, tits, and ass. when I start singing my song. I love pussy, I love titties, I love pussy and titties and us. But that was really what that's been since the beginning of this. Now that's why Metroid Prime 1 deviated. Because Metroid Prime 1 didn't give you the whole Zero Suit Samus. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption did. Echoes, I don't think did it either. Metroid Dread, I don't even think she took her helmet off in that game. You only got to see through her visor once. But really what this comes down to is Nintendo is threatening to upset the established order of the internet's version of what gaming is. And they've been just bitching and moaning since the announcement of the Switch 2. Because they knew it would challenge. That's why they freak out. Oh, it doesn't look good on the Switch 2. Yeah, it doesn't look good on the Switch 2 because they didn't build it for the Switch 2 specifically originally. But games that were built for the Switch 2 specifically look amazing and play amazing. So knuckle up, buckle down, and get used to it, sweetie pants. And as I've mentioned, and I'll mention it again, Nintendo owned the video game industry for generations. There's nothing deviating from old times. So if you want to go back to the 80s so bad, even though you're not 80s kid, then you gotta just live with the fact that Nintendo rules the roost. It's just that simple. There was something here that I didn't get. Oh, wait, it was this. I didn't take this down. Oh, that's what, okay, my fault. Alrighty, here we go, ready? Nice and slowly. Alright, there we go. Aha! Okay, missile expansion. I've gotten about, what was it? 75%? 74%. Yeah, it's about 75%. Alright, let's go. Let's see if I've gotten enough crystals. Because I'm running out of crystals to beat up on. But as I said, if there was a meter that let me know, like, does this lets you know how much I've deposited, but it doesn't let you know how much I have. If there was a meter that did that. But then again, well, I mean, it is necessary. So I feel like I'm going to keep coming back and forth. Like, here you go, here you go. I didn't get any of those caches, those green crystal caches. But going back to what I was saying before, what is it about an open world Metroid game that bothers you so much? I don't understand. What's the big fucking deal? Even if it was open world, what does that mean? You still pick up items, you still empower her, you still have to discover areas you didn't discover. If there was an open world section, or if it was an open world game, what difference would that make? And this idea that you're Metroid Prime purist, you didn't even fucking play the games, dicks. The commentary is obvious that you didn't play these games before because everything that they're saying is bullshit. It's just once more they're trying to sabotage a Nintendo game, Nintendo exclusive, because they want people to not buy Switch 2. So they keep asking, ooh, why would you buy a Switch 2 now? Because it's so much better than any other console. That's why you would buy a Switch 2 now, tomorrow, next year, next month, whatever. Because it's a better console. Why would you buy a $1,500 PC to play fucking Expedition 33 or Stellar Blade? Why would you buy a PlayStation 5 to play Ghost of Yotai? Like, what exactly do these consoles offer you? Especially at the price that they're asking. Because, you know, price was a big deal to these rich kids that have everything handed to them. And they were talking for the poor. Suddenly their beloved capitalism is being challenged, and now they're going for the anti-capitalist conformists. Now they want to be all communists now, even though they despise the concept of equal opportunity and everything.
Welcome back.
Well, the people with the... I love the flat... This was one. The flat, uninspired level design. What are you talking about? It's a Metroid Prime game. Meanwhile, I'm watching a walkthrough, and all I'm seeing is like... Oh yeah, I remember. I had to do that too. Running around, strafing, fighting enemies left and right in areas that have their own, like, subplots and everything. What are you talking about? Like, the commentary is just so asinine. That did move. All right. Now I could go out this way. So as I was saying, this is my only issue. My only issue is I have no idea what I need to get. In contrast to what I have. That's my only issue with the tree thing.
I'll be here.
Because whatever crystals you pick up, they're going to be deposited. It's not like you're going to lose them. It's not like everybody's beloved From Software games and ripoffs where you lose your progress. You didn't get enough, you just go get more. Not a big deal. No, really, I have gone beyond fatigued. And the problem is that when I try to explain the facts based on the evidence, it gets completely ignored because I get, what, 7 to 15 to maybe 50 views? I don't get any views. I don't get any chatter. I don't get any commentary. That's another reason why I only get like maybe a subscriber. I don't get like 50 or 100 because nobody comments. But if 12,000 people are watching your videos at a time instead of 12, there will be people that will feel they have the veracity, audacity, whatever, to say something. As opposed to just a few people that are... And listen, if you want to just watch to hear my extraordinary voice and my incredible charisma, and on top of that, listen to everything that I'm saying and watch the gameplay. Or if you just mute it and just watch the game, cool. Whatever you get out of it is fine by me. I need a lot more popularity so I can get the fuck out of this shitty job of mine and start doing some real help with the society that I live in and everything. But... you know, so people can buy my novels would be nice too, and I can do more than just write novels on Kindle Publish. But for those that have been around me since I started this channel years and years ago, you know, if all you want is to just watch the gameplay, then just watch the gameplay. Alright, we gotta go find some more. There were... okay, the places...
Energy crystals. Don't forget to bring the green energy crystals.
Now what the hell is over here? I'm still gonna fucking ask that question. Like, what is over there that I'm missing? Alright, let's go back down here. Because the marking that there is something here is not that there's something outside, it's something inside. Okay. I don't think that's going to make a difference, but whatever, we'll just do it anyway. Read all your cobwebs. What's that? So if I destroy these crystal things, they don't come back, right? Yeesh. Aha! Oh, an energy tank! But it's not what I'm looking for. I mean, it always is, but I'm just saying not... So the game's not gonna let me cheat, huh? I can't go back. Well, then there have to be areas that have these caches that I've not seen. I mean, there are areas I have not seen. Somehow they're down there. Where is it? Look, I'm not going to say that this is ideal. I'm just saying it's a lot easier than having to go back, constantly go back to areas that you've been through before to find keys and shit using a visor. Like it's not like this is the first time Metroid Prime has done stuff like this. This is part of what makes it Metroid Prime. So for you to act like you know everything about Metroid Prime and its development, whatever, and you don't know that, then, well, you're a liar, because that's... I'd rather do this. And as I said, it would be a lot less aggressive if I just paid attention and realized this was part of what I had to do. Okay, well, yeah, there are these crystals here, but... that's about it. hold on. No, my only complaint, like I said, is that what does that do? In terms of what I need, what did I just do? What did that pile of crystals do for me? That's my only complaint. They could show me a meter that I still didn't go in there. Okay, there it is. That's the area. Damn it. I tell you this, with all that I've learned about the development of this game, Nintendo sure gives their side developers like Retro and Bandai Namco was originally the ones behind this. They sure give them a lot of leeway, man. Whether Metroid is one of its highest selling... Oh, there we go. One of their highest selling series, and it's not. Or franchises, and it's not. Okay, that was a big chunk. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, now. Keep going for crystals. I was saying something and I forgot. I just had to get a drink of water. Oh, get lost, you bird, you. Really, I have played every Metroid Prime game other than Hunters. And I'm not talking once or, hey, I tried it out and... Okay, this has to be it. I'm talking, I've played them at least 2-3 times each. And as much as I love them, there were a lot of things I would have changed. The backtracking was not one of... No, I like the concept of backtracking in Metroid because the concept is that whatever you once couldn't get or couldn't find or whatever, you go back and you discover it. Come on over. Come on over. Come on over. Nope, you're not gonna do it? Alright, cool. Be like that. I'll run you over. Gonna run you over when I come back down. But like, the idea that the places you couldn't go to before, you now could, like, all that stuff is par for what makes a great Metroid experience. Okay, so is that what it is? Is that the meter right there? If that's it, then yeah, I got more to do. Okay, if that's the meter, then cool. Because I was thinking that that was the meter that was telling me what I've done. Like what I've deposited, but it seems as though it's gone up. But it seems as though it's gone up because I destroyed 2 or 3 huge boulders. Not that I'm just picking up these random little shard things, these like spires. So are there other boulders that I haven't gotten rid of? Yeah, but I was saying something about Metroid, how Metroid is not one of its more popular series. People know Samus. But I'm not sure if Metroid's going to get a movie release like Zelda and Mario. It could. But I'm so happy that Nintendo's releasing movies because there aren't any movies to watch. So if I can get Japanese-centric movies based on series and everything that I've been a fan of since I was a kid, that's really good. United States movies, cinema is just fucking dog shit. And not because it's woke, it's because it sucks. It always has, though. United States just sucks in every way. Let's see, okay. It's not really moving. It moved, though. Am I wrong, or... Like, it did increase. Is this... Yeah, more nitpicking if I had to. If I had to nitpick, it does take a shit ton of crystals to get moving with this. Well, that's the whole map. This whole Soul Valley. No McFly has ever amounted to anything in the history of Soul Valley. Well, history is about to change. That I've already taken care of. Am I wrong about this? It looks like it's increased. Okay, I need some more rocks, man. So pretty much Soul Valley is not just a midway point, it's also its own area. Give me some boulders, man. Like, that's nothing. Yeesh. Come here. Did it move? It's moving. Like, even this is just flying by. You need boulders. I don't need you. Yeah. Boulders, damn it. Need the good stuff. So you gonna do anything for me? I just love the fact that you can run things over. Another example like this, when they announced the Viola, there was a video that had told people about this, and immediately it was backlash. What's that? They killed Metroid Prime. It's like, alright, so what you're saying is if you don't like the initial look, if the previews aren't up to what you believe are your standards, then suddenly it's just bad already and you're not going to like it no matter what, because you can't be wrong. The lament of the rich and fucking spoiled. You don't want to eat me. My mom says I'm spoiled. It is somewhat discouraging, though, when you go through all this. And the meter that I believe is showing you your progress is barely moving. Like, where are the boulders, man? Damn it. Damn it. I mean, I trashed 3 boulders, and I thought that was going to make a huge difference, and it didn't. Why should that make such a difference? Up. Whoa, hold on. No, is that... How do I get up there? How do I get up there? Come on. Oh, baby. Oh, come get out of here. Yep. Come on up. Come on. Hey, Francis. I got something for you. Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah. Give it to me. Oh. Crystals galore. Oh my God. Come on, man. That's it? That's all I got from all that? This is like when your teacher told you that you had to put certain aspects or elements or references, whatever, in your book report after you handed it in because you weren't paying attention. And then you go, yeah, I gotta go back and do this again. It seems as though these things don't come back. So I believe, well, the boulders don't. So I believe that if you get all of them, you pretty much have finished this. It's just finding all of them that's the problem. Because they're so scattered. But as I said, is it perfect? No, of course not. This is not my ideal situation right now. It's just doing this. Per se, I didn't really get a good... See, because as I've mentioned, when I play these games, I try to get through them as quick as possible so I can get the review up before it's been said. I think it's probably in my best interest to wait because so much will be said about this game that's going to be negative at first. And, you know, listen. The manner in which it's produced. The worst you can say is it's good, but it's not what I was hoping for. That's the worst you can say. It's not what I was hoping for, but you can't say it's a bad game. Like, that's just fucking asinine. And you certainly can't say it's an embarrassment. That's just, you're an embarrassment. Can you pick that fucking up, please? Now, for the most part, I played through a nice new take on all the different areas that I've seen in pretty much every Metroid Prime game. With a couple of exceptions. Don't remember there being a sprawling desert, and I don't remember there being a mine. Forests, yeah. Well, not really a forest. Typically there are jungles. It's more like a rainforest. So that's kind of different. Frozen area, Phendrana drifts. Virtually every time. Well, really, the frozen area... No. There was the frozen area in Metroid Dread. Well, it wasn't really frozen. It was just that it was turned to ice. Sweetheart, can you please just run that thing over? Thank you. Wow. Here, I'm gonna just do this. Yeah, so like spending an hour doing this, which I could have been doing throughout the course of the game. As I said, it's not my ideal concept of a Metroid Prime game. Or, well, if I was playing a game that was built on this, maybe. But this is still the best Metroid Prime game I've ever played. There's no other way around that. Shit. And if I planned this out better, I wouldn't have had to do this now. I would have been doing this throughout the course of my playtime. But, you know, I'm just trying to get this done so that I can do the review. But if I were looking, it's like Donkey Kong Bonanza. Beating up on every single thing I see to get enough gold or to get enough maps or whatever to know where all the bananas and all the fossils are is not my ideal scenario of how I would play a game or that particular game. But yeah, I said I would 100% it. So with that in mind, I'm going to go through all that, but it still doesn't, it's still not boring. That's part of the allure of the game is the fact that you can just beat the shit out of everything. So hey, let's put it to good use. That's like this. This is part of the draw of this game is let's ride a motorcycle with this stunning babe. Okay, I can't jump on this, right? Oh, no, wait. I did. I just left all of this wonderful crystal lying around. Too bad you don't give me anything. This is still enjoyable. Smash it. Like, I would rather do this than play another fucking Sony exclusive. At least this is somewhat satisfying. And then these fuckers keep coming back. Instead of you respawning, how about the green crystal things respawn, huh? Oh, you did that late. If I only knew what these crystals built up. Like, what the currency is. But for anyone that knows my gaming channel, and knows how I've reacted to recent Nintendo games, when it comes to certain things like this, that cannot be destroyed, right? That's just... like in Mario and Luigi Brothership, when I had to go back and befriend everybody, and I'd be going, why am I doing that? You know, for people to know that I don't ignore tedious busy work when it comes to completing games. Alright, let's stop here. I want to see if this stuff respawns. When I come back, it looks like it may. Alright, so we'll come back. We'll finish this next time. I'll see you then.